All right, I will double check that and right after this class. And if you need, because I don't think I've looked at the new one yet. So if you need to fix it, we'll fix it before I go up to school today to do that. All right.
Okay.
And everybody else can print theirs at home. Cool. All right, so what I'm gonna have you do once you print yours or you get yours in the mail is this. I printed a practice map here. So you may want to like pin my video so it's the biggest for a second. Because your map, you want to, when you like drag it out to be big, you want to make sure that you're keeping the proportions correct. So for example, if you grab like just this corner and drag this way, you know how you're skewing the map and it no longer really looks like the Earth. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you're dragging by just the corners so that your map still looks like planet Earth, right? So you only drag by the corners so that the picture moves the right direction, like all things move in proportion. So this map happens to fit an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper pretty nicely, but yours might not. Yours might like end here and this might be dead space, and that's totally fine. And so if that's confusing to you, when you're doing this, you can like fold your map over to get rid of that dead space so you're only looking at map and sort of clear your head a little bit so that you have just like mostly map in front of you. That might be helpful because what you want to do is go down your map, not the piece of paper, so just the map, and you want to mark with a ruler 1-inch increments. So you'll use a ruler and you'll mark 1 inch. I obviously am not using a ruler right now because that would be impossible for me to hold up and do for you. But pretend I'm using a ruler and I'm going to mark 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch with a pencil, 1 inch all the way down the map. Notice I'm not doing it on the paper. I don't care about the paper. Your map, like I said, might not go across the whole paper like this one just happens to. And you'll do that on the map itself, not the paper, the map. And then you'll go down the other side of the map and you'll do the same thing. 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. You want to pick a corner that you start from both times. So if you start from this corner, draw yourself a little circle so you're like, that's my starting corner. And you start measuring from that corner both times. Okay, and this video will be on YouTube so that you can like maybe pull this back up and watch this segment of this video when you do this. I would highly recommend that because it may be a couple of days or even maybe a week before you're doing this, maybe almost a week before you're doing this, because this is going to be due next Tuesday. And I want everybody to do it correctly. It's Mongo Importante. Okay, so you need to start from this corner, the same corner, when you measure both lines. All right, and then you measure 1 inch increments. Once you measure your 1 inch increments, you use that ruler as a straight edge and you draw, then you go to the other side, do your 1 inch increments from that side so that you can connect the dots, right? So you go, ooh, and it should be a perfectly straight line across your map because you've measured it. It's 1 inch and 1 inch, right? So it should be a perfectly straight line. And you'll do that all down your map. And then you'll do the same way this way, 1 inch to 1 inch here. And so that should be a perfectly straight line. So what will happen at the end of this is you'll have a grid system over your whole map. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then what we're going to do is make miniatures of our map. So after we're done, normally we do this normally we blow this map up and we make it on poster board, but I don't want anyone to have to go to the store in a time like this. So we're going to do the opposite. We're going to make a miniature of our map on a small piece of paper. So what you'll do is you'll make a smaller grid on another piece of paper, So you'll get a second piece of paper, blank one, and you'll mark out 1/2 inch grids. All right, so you'll do same thing, but on a blank sheet of paper, and you'll mark out 1/2 inch, 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 1/2 inch. You get it. All the way around. Draw your lines, and then what was in the first upper 1 inch of here, you'll draw in your first blank 1/2 inch up here, very tiny. So you're going to transfer everything from your big map to your small map over the course of like a week or so. Step 1 is to grid your map nice and neat. If your lines get slanted, you do have to erase them and do them over. So it's good to draw lighter lines at first, and then you can darken them later if you like. So by next Tuesday, you need to have your map printed, and Isaiah, yours should be there by, I would imagine it would get to your house by Wednesday or Thursday. So by next Tuesday, you need to have your map printed, and you need to have this grid drawn on it, and you need to be able to hold it up and show me in class so I can look at it and tell you, yeah, I think that looks good. I think you're ready to start drawing your miniature. Okay? And you also need to have, by next Tuesday, your blank sheet drawn with your 1/2 inch squares. All right? Any questions?
Just the grids are due on Tuesday.
The 2 grids. Your grid over your map and your 1/2 inch squares ready to go. Now on your 1/2 inch squares, you want to make sure you draw super light, because after you copy your map onto that and make your miniature map, you're going to want to totally erase that grid so that only your map shows. So make sure that that grid, your 1/2 inch grid, is very small. I mean, very light. Any questions? Okay, so this is part of a project grade. So I'm just going to kind of like keep track of these grades going forward and build them up into a project grade for you, which should be like a nice big test grade. Okay. All right. So while I was blah, 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 talkie, say nothing, hopefully everybody got a chance to go put Winatio into that Dropbox. I'm going to go look and hopefully feel much better. I do feel much better.
Miss Lonergan, did you get my new map?
Let me go look. Ooh, I did. I will go look at that after class and give you an update about it. Isaiah from 423. So Isaiah, I do have comments on your map in Blackboard, so you might need to go find a new map before I print you one. Okay. All right. Any further map concerns? All right. Winatio. Part 1. Here we go. So take out your Winatio. All right, we did start going over this, right?
We did like the first little paragraph.
Right, yeah, maybe like to here. All right, I think we were about here. Okay, so I think I'll just go through everybody and try and give everybody, especially those who didn't get it into the Dropbox, a chance to get some credit this way. So, Jeb, do you see where we are?
Let me see. Do you want me to start right there?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find that figure. Do you know how many lines it is in? Because I don't really know like where it is on my paper.
Yeah, I think that's like line 5.
Okay. Um. Can you tell me what domine means so I can look for it?
Master.
Can't find it.
All right, we're gonna come back to you.
Okay. Is
right,
that
cool.
fine? Thank you.
Cole, are you there? Cole, you got this?
I was just back on. I forgot to turn my camera back on. Am I doing domino? That center?
Yes, please.
The master who, and I don't know what Festinos was.
To hurry.
All right, the master who hurried, or master who hurried, he said.
To where do you hurry? He said. Cur e wila hodie exire vis, Josiah. Oops, what did I do?
Why do you want to leave the house?
Very good. Ad praedium meum iter facimus barbulos astrologo respondit. Tommy?
Which one do you need me for?
We're here at ad praedium meum iter facimus barbulos astrologo respondit.
I'm trying to make a state Barbalos responded to the astrologer. I think I got that
Yeah,
wrong.
to make a journey to my estate. Good. Sed domine inquit astrologus, e memor est, Tate.
But master, said the astrologer. Sorry, I was on mute.
That's fine. E memor est.
You are forgetful.
Mm-hmm. Good. Isaiah, periculosum est tibi hodie e vila exire quod hodie sol arieti apropinquat.
Oh, my bad. Oh, I was on mute. So I think is although he trusted me, he did not want to disappoint me.
Not there yet. We're up here. It is dangerous. Periculosum est.
Oh, okay. It's dangerous for you to leave the house today because today the sun is approaching. All right. Keep going.
Just one more word. The sun is approaching
Is it us?
Aries.
Oh, Aries.
Good. The ram. Ubi hoc audivi astrologum derisi. Robert? Do you guys know if you don't want to like find the mute button every time, you could just hold down the space bar while you're talking?
Oh, dang. Where did you hear this? Asked the astrologer.
When I heard this, I laughed at the
Oh,
astrologer.
yeah, interesting.
Barbilus quamquam ei credebat me offendere noluit. Oh, sorry, didn't call anyone. Cullen?
Barbilus, although trusting him, did not want to displease me.
Although he believed him, did not want to offend me. Postquam rem diu cogitavit, mihi placet auxire inquit. Austin?
After he thought about the matter a long time, he said, and then I didn't translate. That's as far as I got. I forgot to translate the rest.
All right, you want to give it a shot off the dome?
I'll try.
Thank you.
Where is it? Where is it on here?
It's right here. So you said after he thought about things for a long time, inquit.
He said,
It mihi placet. Hey Austin, it's at the bottom of the screen if you can see that.
I'm looking in my book right now. I like to go out.
Yep, it pleases me to go out, he said. Good. All right. Astrologus igitur ubi domino persuadere non potuit amuletum ei dedi. Aiden.
The astrologist, therefore, when the master could not be persuaded, gave him an amulet.
Good. Brian. Tum securi ad praedium barbili contendimus.
Wait, where are we?
Right here at Tum.
Then, without a care, we hurried to the estate of Barbilus.
Good. Per partem praedii flumen nilus leniter fluebat. Ethan?
Oh crap! I was on mute. Along a part of the estate, the river Nile gently flowed.
Good. Hunter? Ubi illuc advenimus, multos servos vidimus collectos.
When we arrived there, we saw many slaves gathered.
In hoc multitudine servorum erant non nulli Aethiopies, qui hastas in manibus tenebant. Josiah? Sorry, Josiah. What?
In this crowd of slaves,
Yeah, sorry, Josiah. I'm sorry. I realize your internet's rough. All right, so there were no, in this crowd of servants, there were no Ethiopians, which were holding, there were some Ethiopians, sorry, which were holding spears in their hands. Which is, I assume, what you were going to say. Jeb? Prope Aethiopas stabat formio willicus barbili.
Formio was standing near the Ethiopians.
And who is Formio? Willicus barbili?
Was that Barbilus' farm? Or his
farm manager.
Farm manager.
Then Formio sale domine inquit. lost Ben. Cole?
Yep. Which one?
Solve formio, solve domine inquit.
Hello, Master Formio say.
Omnia tibi paravimus. Scafas quas postulavisti comparavimus. Tate?
Is it we are ready for you?
Mm-hmm.
The boat. Escapa.
Yep. The boats, which you
Demanded
we
are ready.
we
Arranged.
Yep. Haidos kekiristis rocavit barbilus, Isaiah.
Did you kill all the goats?
Uh-huh.
We killed 2 goats, said the master. And then we already put them in the small boats.
Oh, yes. And you finished the whole thing. Good job. Okay. Did you kill the goats, asked Barbilus? Yep. We killed 2 goats. Master responded, the manager, we already put them in the boats. Good. All right. What do you think they're hunting?
Goats.
Goats? I don't know.
Or chupacabra.
I'm skeptical about the goat hunting.
Or chupacabra.
Yes. Okay. Next. How about a choose your own adventure? Next, do you want to find out what they're hunting, or do you want to do your workbook questions? How about if you want to finish the last translation of the thing, hit the yes button on participants. If you want to do the workbook questions, hit the no button on. Oh wow, this is all right. Okay, got 1, 2. All right, put in your votes now, and I'm gonna count. All right, so for translating Winatio Part 2, we have 7, and for workbook questions, we have 6. So that was a real rough vote, guys, but you know, the numbers, they don't lie. So Winatio Part 2 it is, and your workbook questions will be homework. Let's do this real quick. So Winatio Part 2 is how many lines? 20. And we need to get through this before class ends. So we're going to divide et impera. Even though, you know, I normally don't believe in that. So let's divide this up real quick. What's 20 divided by 6? Like lines each. All right, so Aiden, you have, I gotta get this out of my way. All right, Aiden, are you listening?
Yeah.
All right, so Aiden, you have Tomb through, let's see, it's kind of a long one. In Yekit, do you see that?
Yeah.
All right, Hunter, you have Crocodili through Ethiopum. Are you good with that?
You say it again?
You have Crocodili here.
Yeah.
Through Ethiopum. You got it? You good, Hunter?
Yes, ma'am, I got it.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not looking at you guys right now, so I can't see if you're doing thumbs up. All right, Mulks, Ethan, that's you through De Yakit. Are you good, Ethan?
Yes.
All right, Austin, you're at Quam through Kirkum Wenarant. You got that? Austin, yes? No?
Yes, I got it.
Okay. All right, Isaiah, you're at Hastas through Potuimus. You good?
Oh, yeah, my bad. Yeah.
Okay. All right, and Ben, you're at Sed through the end. Okay? All right, I'll see you guys soon. Come back as soon as you're done. Thanks, Tommy. All right, when we are all back, we're going to go over it. When it's your turn, would you please read us the translation? And then we will find out what happens in this exciting saga. All right, I think we're all about back now. All right, here we go. Tum formium nos ad ripam fluminis duxit, ubi scaphae quas comparaverat delegatae errant.
Then Phormio led us to the river where the small boats were, which he had obtained, were tied up.
Postquam scaphas conscendimus ad paludem crocodili latebant, caute navigavi.
After we boarded the small boats to the swamp where the crocodiles were hiding, we navigated cautiously.
Wonderful. If you are not me or the person who is translating, would you please mute yourself so that we do not echo? Ubi mediae paludi apropinquabamus barbilus formioni signum dedit.
When we approached the swamp, the water became muddier, the reeds became thicker.
Good. That is not what this one says, but I remember from years past that is what the other one says somewhere. This one says, when we approached the middle of the swamp, Barbilus gave Phormio the sign.
That's our next one.
Hydos Phormio in aquam injecit. Tommy, you have a question?
Do we have to keep a written documentation of all of Part 2 to turn in?
No, sir.
Phormio threw the young goats into the water.
Good. Crocodili ubi hydos conspexerunt, praecipites eos.
The blood of the baby goats he dragged to the crocodiles, who headed straight for the baby goats.
Tum, Aethiopes crocodilos agitare coeperunt.
Then the Ethiopians began to chase the crocodiles.
Hastas amitebant, et crocodilos interficiebant.
They threw the spears and killed the crocodiles.
Magna erat fortitudo crocodilorum, maior tamen peritia Aethiopum.
The courage of the crocodiles was great. Bigger, however, was the skill of the Ethiopians.
Good. Mulx, multi crocodili mortui erant.
Soon many crocodiles were dead.
Subito ingentem clamorum audivimus.
Suddenly we heard a huge shout.
Domine clamavit Phormio.
Master Phormio yelled.
Hippopotamus quem Aethiopias e palude excitaverunt, scapham barbili e vertit.
The hippopotamus which the Ethiopians aroused from the swamp overturned the small boat of Barbalus.
Barbilum et tres servos in aquam dejecit.
It threw Barbalus and 3 slaves into the water.
Quamquam ad barbilum et ad servos qui in aqua natabant celeriter navigavimus crocodili jam eos circum venerant.
Although Barbilus and the servant were swimming in the water quickly, they sailed, though the crocodile had already surrounded them.
Hastasin crocodilus statim emissimus.
We at once threw spears at crocodiles.
Ubi crocodilus depulimus, barbilum et unum servum servare potuimus.
When we drove off the crocodiles, we dragged Barbarus out the water, and we found him hurt.
Mm-hmm. Hasta quam servus emiserat umerum barbili percuserat.
The spear which the slave had thrown was struck on the shoulder of Barbarus.
Good. Barbilus a servos suo graviter vulneratus erat.
Barbarus, by his own slave, was seriously wounded.
Good. Dun dun dun. That was scary. 3 things. Number 1, has anybody eaten crocodile meat?
I have.
Tell us about it.
It literally
I've
just
had
tastes
gator,
like
not
chicken.
crocodile.
It tastes like what?
It literally just tastes like chicken.
That's what everybody says about everything.
Nah, it does though. Like it's probably the closest thing. Like
I've had gator, not crocodile.
It's like
Gator?
fried chicken.
Is it
Yeah.
is gator different than crocodile?
Yeah.
All right, number 2. You know, you guys I'm sure know this from planet Earth. Hippopotamuses are like super dangerous animals in the water. They'll bite you in half. Watch out. So Barbilus was in grave danger. And number 3, everybody has seen the battle at Kruger, right? Yes? Okay, guys. I mean, this is like important, like 1990s viral. Videos.
I was born like 13 years after that.
It was 2004. Whatever. Close enough.
3.
The Battle of what?
If we're having a Zoom session, it might not be the 1990s.
Yes, Tommy, yes.
I kind of got to speed this up because we obviously don't have 7 minutes to watch this. But all right, so you've got here a situation with these wildebeest are walking along. I don't know why this story always reminds me of this, because you've got the crocodiles and the hippos and you've got the people. So these wildebeest are walking along here and those lions are over there chilling, waiting because they want a snack.
That is a huge buffalo.
Yeah, I guess they're not wildebeest. I don't know what they are. Clearly
What a buffalo.
my nature vocabulary could use some work. All right, and then I'm gonna speed it, you know, up here to where the lions get ready. Go for it. This is the lions right here still. Just trust me, guys. This is gonna be worth watching. I promise. It would not lead you astray. All right, lions go.
She's going for him. She's going for him. She got him.
Take down the baby. It's very
she
tragic.
did. She got him. He's gone. He's just dropped
I'm gonna have to make this smaller so you can see. It's too blurry.
Did you see that? Oh my God.
All right, so they're doing their best. And it goes on for a while. And then
Oh my God.
Oh, they're gonna fight over it.
these are crocodiles. See?
Oh my God. Oh, he's coming
Oh, look at those. Oh.
The lines of the lines of one.
The Lions get it away.
Lions of one.
Then
The lines of one.
there's a real turnaround here. Because the Buffalo come back and are like, heck no.
Too late. Too late.
You guys, you cannot believe what's going on here. There's a big area between lions, crocodiles, and buffaloes.
Whoa! He swatted at him and kicked at him. He's kicking at him. Look, he's kicking at him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I might have to spoil it for you, but they saved the baby.
He's coming back. He's fearless, this one.
But he's stupid. He's young.
I mean, that's it. The ending is the baby like walks away with the buffalo, and it's a happy ending. So that was it. Sorry for keeping you waiting. All right, so your homework is the workbook questions, which you can find on page. Shoot. Sorry. Page 70. All right.